I used to joke that my boyfriend loved me more when we were apart. Every single morning, no matter how busy he was, I'd wake up to a paragraph telling me exactly what he loved about me that day. Sometimes it was my laugh. Sometimes it was the way I stole his hoodies. Sometimes it was something so small that I'd wonder how he even noticed. It became my favorite part of every morning. Then one day, the message never came. I tried not to overthink it because people forget things, but by lunchtime I still hadn't heard from him. Right as I was about to call, my phone finally buzzed. "I'm sorry. Today's going to be weird. Just trust me." That wasn't like him at all. He hated vague texts because he knew they made me anxious. I replied almost instantly asking what was wrong. He read it immediately, but never answered. An hour later, he sent me our favorite photo together with a single caption. "Don't delete this." My stomach tightened. I called him 3 times. Straight to voicemail every time. Then, just as I started grabbing my keys to drive to his apartment, he finally called me back. "Hey," he said, sounding completely normal. I nearly started crying from relief. "What is wrong with you?" I asked. "Nothing," he laughed. "Why?" I reminded him about the messages. There was a long pause. "I never sent those." I actually laughed because I thought he was trying to scare me. "Seriously?" "I'm serious," he said. "I've been in meetings all morning. I haven't touched my phone since breakfast." Before I could answer, another text appeared from his number while we were still talking. "Don't believe him." I stared at my screen so long that he asked if I was still there. I slowly whispered, "I'm getting another text from you." "Read it." I told him what it said. He went completely silent. "Babe?" I asked. "I'm driving to you," he finally said. "Stay exactly where you are." "Why?" Another pause. "Because I got one too." My heart stopped. "What did yours say?" He didn't answer right away. When he finally spoke, his voice barely sounded like his. It said, "She still doesn't know about Emily." My entire body went cold. Emily was his ex. The one he always insisted meant nothing anymore. I wanted to ask 100 questions, but he cut me off before I could. "It's not what you think. Every girl who's ever been lied to knows those 5 words never make anything better." He begged me to wait until he got there because he could explain everything. Against my better judgment, I agreed. 20 minutes later he pulled into my driveway, jumped out of his car, and hugged me so tightly I could barely breathe. He looked terrified, not guilty. That confused me more than anything. Before either of us could speak, both of our phones buzzed at the exact same time. We looked down together. My phone read, "Ask him where he was on February 14th. His phone read, "She deserves the truth." I stepped back from him. He didn't even ask what my message said. He already knew. "I can explain," he whispered. I almost laughed because that sentence is basically relationship CPR. Nobody says it unless something already died. He admitted that 2 years ago, before we started dating, Emily told him she was pregnant. He panicked, helped her through doctor's appointments, and then found out weeks later the pregnancy had been fake. She admitted she only wanted him to stay. He blocked her and never spoke to her again. "Why didn't you ever tell me?" I asked. "Because it ended before you and I ever existed. I didn't want to bring someone from my past into our future." I wanted to believe him. Honestly, I almost did. Then another message appeared. "He's still lying." This time it included a photo. It showed him kissing Emily. The timestamp was only 3 weeks old. My vision blurred. He looked at the picture and immediately shook his head. "That's fake." I wanted to call him a liar, but something felt off. The clothes he was wearing in the picture were from a concert we'd attended together, except I remembered one detail. That night he'd shaved his beard that morning because I'd teased him about it. In the picture, he still had his beard. I zoomed in. It looked real until you actually looked. Then you noticed tiny mistakes. His watch was on the wrong wrist. The tattoo on his arm was backwards. Whoever made it got close, but not close enough. He grabbed my phone. "Emily." I frowned. "What?" "She's the only person obsessed enough to do this." Almost immediately his phone rang. Unknown number. He answered on speaker. Neither of us said a word. A woman quietly laughed into the phone before saying, "I knew she'd figure it out eventually." He didn't even have to tell me whose voice it was. I already knew. Emily admitted she'd been creating fake photos, spoofing his number, and scheduling messages for weeks because she wanted me to leave before he proposed. Neither of us spoke for several seconds. Then he slowly reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. This was supposed to happen tonight, he said. Not like this. I just stared at him. You were going to propose? He nodded. That's why today's messages scared me so much. I thought somehow you found out. My phone buzzed one last time. It was another message from his number. Don't trust the ring either. He smiled, took my phone, blocked the number forever, and slipped the ring onto my finger anyway. Then he looked me in the eyes and said, the only thing she couldn't fake was the way I look at you. I believed him because for the first time all day, there were no more messages waiting for me. Only him.